Some second quarter U.S. Senate campaign finances numbers are out. In Maryland, Democratic Congressman David Trone, he's already spent almost $5 million on his bid to win the 2024 Democratic primary. The billionaire has lent his campaign almost $10 million since April and still has over $5 million in his account. Meanwhile, Prince George's County Executive Angela Brooks, who's also running for the Democratic nomination, raised $1.7 million in the second quarter. Joining us now is Maryland Democratic Congressman David Trone. Congressman, thanks for being here, running for the United States Senate. Now with Congressman Jamie Raskin deciding not to run, how clear is your path to the nomination in your view?
Well, it's pretty straightforward. We've got to get out, travel from Oakland to Ocean City. We're literally in Baltimore County 2-3 times a week and focus on the center part of the state. And we've got to talk to the voters, what they want to hear about. What they want to hear about is where you came from, what you've accomplished in business, what you've accomplished in the House, and why you're the right person. Do
you expect this to be an ideological fist fight in the Democratic primary?
No, I'm a very progressive Democrat, but at the same time, I'm also ranked the 10th most bipartisan Democrat on getting stuff done. And that's part of the reason why the last 117th Congress, we actually got 26 bills over the finish line to the president on mental health and addiction. And those are the two biggest focuses that we have, along with systemic racism in this country. So those are the three things we're really laser focused on.
What's your progressive bona fides here in this race? If a voter doesn't know you that well and they say, Congressman Trone, I'm a progressive Democrat in Maryland, how do I know you're one of us? What would you say?
Yeah, you think back, Pell Grants. Everyone knows what Pell Grants are. They were taken away from those that were incarcerated. My first term back, I changed that law. It was my bill on Pell Grants, and now Pell Grants became legal back in the 116th Congress. And we've done the same type of efforts through reforming the Bureau of Prisons, figure out how we can turn those recidivism rates from 75%, which they are if you don't get a job, to 8% if we can get folks a job. So those are the type of things that we're driving, expunging records, whatnot.
So you've amassed some wealth in your life. You've done well. Some progressives might be skeptical of someone who has some experience in the business world, who has amassed capital. Some Democrats would also welcome it because you can self-fund much of your campaign. How are you balancing all of those dynamics?
Yeah, you've really got to think about used to become wealthy overnight. I mean, we struggled. I was 28, and when our farm went bankrupt, and I thought I'd be in the agribusiness all my life, and I lost my home, I lost my job, we lost everything, and we had to start over again, and I started over at the Wharton School of Business and began to build a company slowly. Eventually, Total Wine & More now is in 28 states. I've got 12,000 team members. But we've done it the right way. We banned the box 20 years ago. We brought in partner benefits 20 years ago. We've hired 1,400 returning citizens. And at the same time, then in Congress, we show we get stuff done, too, getting those bills over the finish line and being the leader in the House of Representatives on addiction, the leader on mental health, and the leader on the criminal justice system that is systemically racist.
When you look at Maryland, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when I started covering politics, most people would say the real fight in Maryland's always the Democratic primary. But Larry Hogan, a Republican, won 2 terms as governor. So if this primary veers you to the left, pulls you to the left, do you have any concerns that Maryland does have a tendency from time to time to go red?
Well, Maryland's certainly shown that with Larry Hogan. And to be quite frank, I would be very surprised if Larry Hogan does not enter this race, regardless of what he said.
You really think Hogan's going to run?
Yeah, put that to the side. Hogan's going to be called to run by Mitch McConnell and the other Republicans. And January 20th, he'll make the decision and say, I'm in. I don't want to do it, but I've got to do it for my party. And he needs a purse.
Well, what gives you that belief?
He needs a purse for the bigger job. He wants that other job, and he can't get it right now when he's out of the game. He's got to stay in the game, and this is the way he can stay relevant and then move from there.
So you truly believe Democrats in Maryland need to prepare for a possible Hogan candidacy?
Oh, I think it's highly likely. And many others, by the way, for the very top of Maryland politics. We share that
because
belief.
We saw last year in the midterms, sometimes a Trump-aligned candidate gets it nominated in Maryland, and it's a little bit easier for the Democrats. But Hogan would be a tough run for you?
Hogan would be a tough run for anybody. But I think we can hold the middle because folks know that we're about getting things accomplished, and Democrats would see the importance of the race. We can't let a blue seat, go red. That just can't happen.
But you just identified as progressive. That'd be fine with you in a general election against Hogan?
I'm progressive, but at the same time, that getting stuff done, that's the difference. People want to see that business chamber of commerce, that Rotarian mentality that you're there to reach over the line and bring folks together. And we've done that all through the House the last 5 years, and we're going to continue to do that in the Senate.
And we'll continue to watch this race. You know, Maryland Senate race with Jamie Raskin, the congressman, decided not to run, seemed a little sleepy. People say, oh, it's just going to be a quiet race, but you never know. You're right. Former Governor Hogan could run, could be quite a matchup against the Democratic nominee. Might be you. We'll stay tuned. Congressman David Trone, thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.